It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. The fans are filling the seats in San Antonio, the site of our broadcast, and where the Spurs will be going up against the Golden State Warriors. And for Golden State, they know this game will be a battle. The team they defeated in the conference finals, they're not taking this one lightly. And in this next one, two intelligent, grizzled rosters going toe-to-toe. Shaq,
Not
with
grizzly
sound effects
rosters.
like that, and two veteran
Grizzled.
teams like this that know the lay of the land. What do you expect to see tonight?
Well, patience, working for the shots that you really want. Two teams that tend to value each possession. That's a grizzly sound, Ernie.
It's
A
grizzled.
grizzly
not-
sound.
You said grizzly.
He said grizzled.
Oh,
Because of a
grizzled.
couple of grizzled rosters.
Okay, grizzled cheese sandwich. Okay, I got
Grizzled cheese, yeah.
it. Got it. Sorry about that.
Okay.
For grizzled.
But you got to have good fundamentals, Ernie. That's really big. And experience in crunch time. Guys who've been in a position before, they relax. They take great shots. They don't get nervous. That's what I always like.
Yeah, me too. Hey, I got a quick joke for you guys.
Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. You know why Snoop carries an umbrella?
Why?
For drizzle. Here's Kevin Harlan.
For drizzle.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We've got basketball action at the AT&T Center. We're in San Antonio, Texas, the home of the Spurs, live on 2K Sports. We welcome you this Thursday evening as we get set for some exciting NBA action on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. The Spurs happy to be returning to San Antonio after the road trip. After dropping the first 3 games of the season, they need to turn it around.
And this is what the NBA is all about, competition. That's why rivalries do matter.
They do. It's good for the sport, the TV ratings, the fans, but most of all, when you're a player in this kind of game, the adrenaline rush is incredible.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Hey, Kevin, you hear a lot about the chemistry on this Warriors team. Now, one thing that they do is after a road game, if they have the next day off, they stay in that city and they have a team dinner. Steph Curry said, instead of going our separate ways, we enjoy each other's company. It helps build the camaraderie that you need to be successful. Kevin?
And thanks, David. Relationships come before anything else. Clearly, these guys like each other off the court as well. And two conference rivals, Steve, going head-to-head. Maybe a little extra animosity tonight here.
You know, Kevin, to describe it, they don't like each other. There will be no hugs, no handshakes. This is about compete.
Well, good, right? That's what you want to see.
Yeah, I don't like everybody all fluffy. Come out there and go at somebody.
No. Yeah. We even have competition here on the broadcast booth.
I know.
Huh?
I'm elbowing you for that sandwich.
Oh, there's another elbow from Steve Smith. Thank you, Steve. I got it. I understand. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Durant and Draymond Green, talented forward duo. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Clay in the backcourt. And it's Pachulia in at the 5, roaming the paint. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's Murray. He's guarded closely. Thompson comes with a double team. On the wing, Green. The 3. And it's Durant with the rebound. Now the Warriors moving it up. And Green with the basket on the assist by Pachulia. Green's got his team on the board to start the game for the Warriors. Murray with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston. It's stolen by Curry. Kicks it to Thompson. Second shot opportunity, and it's Curry laying it in.
Great hustle from Stephen Curry with the putback.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Now here's Murray, guarded by Kerr. It's stolen by Green. Durant against Anderson, and out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Now Green. Murray with it. Picked up by Thompson. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pachulia. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And Gasol gets it to go.
Catching the ball in rhythm, the sweet stroke. Gasol making it look easy.
Here's Curry. San Antonio with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And they had a ton of missed opportunities at the foul line. That's always a game changer.
Even if you do come away with the win, you've made it a lot harder than it should have been. But that night, they just couldn't overcome it.
Now here's Murray. He's guarded closely. The pass to Anderson. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Murray. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Murray's got his first basket of the night. The Warriors have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Shots good by Durant.
The defender did his job, but it didn't matter. KD just too big, too good.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Durant. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in a groove, but communication on the defense has to be better.
Spurs trail by 5. Murray with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Curry brings the double, and there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Murray kicks to Aldridge. 5 on the clock. Over Pachulia. Aldridge misses.
And that's a surprise. He's usually deadly from mid-range.
Thompson passes to Durant. Looking for Pachulia. He gets it there. Some solid defense from Gasol. On offense, here are the Spurs. It's a 5-point game. Takes a 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And sometimes in that hostile environment, it is hard to stay true to who you are. But give them credit, they did, especially on offense.
Well, they came in with a strong game plan, made adjustments when they needed to, and kept the crowd out of their heads.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Especially at that kind of height disadvantage. You're looking to score the ball or at least draw the foul. One shot.
And that one misses. Warriors leading by 5. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Thompson. Curry's got 6 points.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Steve, with the way Curry has transformed this Warrior team into perennial title contenders, the MVP awards and all the hardware, How soon is it before you start the conversation of where Steph Curry falls among the all-time greats?
Well, Kevin, I would love to start that conversation with most players when their career is over or close to being over. Curry has an unbelievable resume, but I will say, as of right now, I can say he's the best shooter of all time. NBA champion, multiple award-winning MVP. Now it's just about longevity for him.
The 15-footer.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Green, no luck. Spurs trail by 9. Outside, Green. Murray with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. And Durant comes to help. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And now let's take a moment to check out the stats for Green. Great showing for him last season. First in steals, 9th in assists, and a top 15 ranking in blocks per game, supplying that backline protection that is so key to a great defense.
And as you said, first in steals last season, you have to say he's the best ball hawk in the league right now. It may not even be close. You watch Kevin Durant and the way he just rises up so easily, Steve, with his soft touch. He can absolutely be unguardable, even if you're willing to throw double and triple teams his way.
You know, Durant's height, shooting, and mobility are just too much for one defender to deal with. On any given possession, he can create a good look out of nothing. It's why he's one of the greatest scorers to ever play.
First free throw is good.
Kevin Durant, a 4-time scoring champ. That award based on points per game average. If you go by total points in a season, he's led the league on 5 separate occasions.
And so Durant nails them both.
And when you watch the Warriors, one thing that just jumps out is their passing. Everyone on this team, they allow the ball to dictate where it goes. Just unselfish to a fault.
San Antonio calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Spurs.
They stayed away from being too reliant on the three-point shot. They used it when they had to, but kept things balanced. And that's what you want to have, an offense that comes at you in all sorts of ways.
And the Spurs with possession here. They trail by 11, and they double up Gasol. To the wing right side. Anderson wide open. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Anderson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And Green gets it to go.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And guys, it's working.
They have played physical, they have owned the paint, and they have built up a decent lead here in the first.
Yep, that one goes.
Great concentration by Aldridge. Lots of heat on him in there. Doesn't matter.
The shot by Curry, no good.
No hesitation. He took it right to the rack. But a quick reaction by the defense.
He gets that one.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
The drive.
Woo! Love it, love it. Awesome look from Stephen Curry. Outstanding at distributing the basketball.
Spurs trail by 8. Murray dishes to Gasol. They set the screen. Green draws the double. Anderson with the ball. Out guarded by Pachulia. Murray, no good.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
It's early, but they have taken full control of this game, and the fans here, they know it.
Curry brings the double. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. The Warriors, number 1.
Yeah, I mean, the best in the league at forcing those miscues and then capitalizing at the other end. Their defense led to their offense.
And the shot goes down.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now here's Murray, guarded by Kerr. Pass to Anderson. Spurs working the ball around now, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. A different look now for San Antonio. Gay comes in for Pau Gasol, and it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. And Golden State also making a change. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Pachulia. Now here's Curry. What a tremendous game he played against the Clippers. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Stephen Curry mixing up his offense. Now getting a chance to score in the paint.
Tipped away. Feeds to Mills. Shot to stop the run. Drains the three-pointer. Mills has got his first 3 points of the game.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Here's Curry. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Aldridge a screen. And Mills kicks to Gay. Mills passes to Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
Perfect vision. Mills getting quicker these days at spotting the open man.
Iguodala's drive. Count that one. And the Warriors lead by 13. And Greg Popovich, also the head coach of the U.S. national men's basketball team, a former military man himself, and of course, guys, very passionate about his country.
You're totally right, Kevin. He's been outspoken, but his actions speak even louder. Doing a lot of charity work in San Antonio for disadvantaged youth. He cares, his players know it, and it's a part of what makes him a great man.
And for the last few seasons, we've seen where Andre Iguodala's role on offense has diminished. You know, he still contributes, but tends to defer a bit more there. And one thing you can say, though, defensively, still at an elite level in terms of his versatility.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Laverne, he's checked in for Aldridge. Bertans comes in for Anderson, and it's Ginobili in for Green. Free throw good, Iguodala. Perhaps, Greg, the biggest asset Iguodala brings to a team is his ability to defend.
I mean, he just has great timing for when to go for the steal. I mean, he can still move his feet well and can guard anybody, but the versatility to guard point guards to power forwards is something that makes him special.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And with the business of basketball booming, most players are afforded a pretty lavish lifestyle. There's no doubt, in not only the NBA, but in all sports, certainly a blessing. But Smitty, are there downsides to all that notoriety, all that money, all that lavishness?
Yeah, it is, Kevin. I think the downside is, one, you can't live that lifestyle if it's lavish for the rest of your life. And I think, second, it takes away. You are a public figure right now. You have to understand that. And that's the downside. Being able to go out with your family, being able to go out to a restaurant, you got to understand, yes, there's going to be fans everywhere, and it takes away from that. So I think that's the two things for me is guys got to understand that lifestyle doesn't last. And I think also, personally, it takes away from what you can do out in public. All
right, here's a look at stats for Iguodala. Some last season stats for him. he was around 7 points per, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. And I think he can play even better. I mean, sometimes it's tough to get into a rhythm with limited minutes, but he has got to find a way.
That's the thing. You don't get to pick your minutes. You have to make the most of what you get.
Bertans kicks to Mills. Pass to Bertans. Back to Gay. A second chance effort. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Gay's got his first bucket in this one.
High percentage look for mid-range. Rudy quick into the air and accurate from that distance.
The dish now to Mills. Gay outside. Here's the three. Offensive rebound, Spurs. Bertans. And it's sent back by West. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Iguodala's running.
Iggy just keeping his head up on his swivel all the time.
Here's Mills. He kicks it to Gay. And Iguodala with a clear path to the hoop. And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Well, the two go hand in hand. Matching your strategy to your personnel is key. What a valuable asset to the offense, having a big with that kind of range.
And oh, here we go. Gay's got it, the fast break chance. And the shot falls short this time. Warriors leading by 15. Here's West. Here's Green. Bertans grabs the board.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Now here's Laverne. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And they double up Gay. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Livingston. Green kicks it to West. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists now in this one.
And the passing from Green doesn't just look for his shot, wanting to get his guys involved on every possession.
Mills dishes to Gay. 1:39 left to play in the first quarter. And here we go. Warriors running again. Finished off the break.
Sean Livingston at 6'7", leaking out on the break. Long strides gave him the advantage to finish at the bucket.
They double-team Ginobili. That's tipped. Here's McCaw. He gets that one. McCaw has got his first bucket of the night.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Gay kicks to Mills. Uncovered. Offensive rebound. Bertans. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
The Spurs, a top 7 offensive team for the last 7 seasons. Their passing and perimeter shooting is what really sets them apart.
And the Warriors making a change here. Young's checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And the Spurs among the league's best in three-point shooting, but they really don't rely on that as some teams do.
You know, the Spurs can change it up. No, they embrace the mid-range a little bit more than the three-point shot right now. Kind of going against the grain in that way. They take shots other teams avoid, and they make it work for them.
Here's West, and the dunk by West.
And a late reaction by the defense makes that one a no contest.
You know, he got out before people could turn their heads, and he's already gone with no hesitation.
And Mills kicks to Laverne. The Spurs working the ball around now. They double him with West. Back to Ginobili. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Ginobili's got his first points of the game.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
They get the rebound. And David West again.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Out left to the wing. Here's Bertans for 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep. And so here is Golden State. Goes up the baseline. And that one, good. McCaw's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. For 3. And so it's the Golden State Warriors cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line, if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Warriors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
I mean, what's interesting for me, first quarter, they're already getting points from their reserves.
Well, this is why you have a scouting department. You want to uncover those role players who can make an impact.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Livingston is out there with McCaw. And it's Young. Then there's Iguodala. And it's West in at the center position. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That is his first foul of the game. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Off the pick. Doesn't go that time.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Pass to Bertans. Misses the 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's West. Drills the elbow jumper. West has got 8.
And West, a knockdown mid-range shooter. You just assume it's going in whenever it leaves his hands.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Second shot opportunity, and Iguodala with a nice bucket inside. 11 points in the game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And Iguodala comes to help. Forbes the pass to Gay. He dishes it to Mills. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Rough start to this game. Hits one bucket in the first and nothing here in the second.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Well, you hear from so many players about what they did with that first check after they were drafted and found themselves, Smitty, with a ton of money. So what was your first big purchase when you were drafted into professional basketball?
I bought my mom and dad a Ford Expedition.
How about that?
A Ford Explorer. It was a Ford Explorer. That was the big purchase. and it was green. I don't think my dad liked that, but because of Michigan State,
Spartan
I bought
green,
a
right?
green
Spartan
one.
Michigan State green.
And so much he done for me, Kevin. That purchase for me made me smile so much. And my dad, if you knew him, Kevin, he said he didn't want it, but I made him take it.
Great story. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. Ron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, a jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. DA, thank you.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Pau Gasol, he's checked in for Laverne. LaMarcus Aldridge comes in for Bertans. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. Different look here for the Warriors. Pachulia, he's checked in for West. Kevin Durant comes in for Andre Iguodala. Thompson, he's checked in for Patrick McCaw. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
You know, he's still slender, but KD's gotten a lot stronger. You have to wrap him up early. You can't let him get the shot off.
And last season, Durant was again playing at a very high level, even after shifting teams and deferring to other stars. And before his injury, there was talk of him being in the MVP conversation.
Which is scary because, you know, when he's healthy, every year he will be in that conversation. As long as he's healthy, he will be considered one of the top players in the league.
Free throw off from Durant. And it won't be easy for the Warriors to keep everyone on their team for the foreseeable future. But as long, Steve, as their core stays together, they'll be a title threat, no doubt. Are we looking at a dynasty here, Smitty?
You know, Kevin, they have a chance. Their core players on this team, they work so well together. They will always be in contention. They will be able to sign vets for cheap for a long time. It could be a while before someone takes them down.
Here's Aldridge. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Knocked away.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
It takes an effort on both ends of the floor, and you have to find the right matchups to exploit.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And the Spurs making a change here. Green's checked in. San Antonio's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Aldridge a screen. Murray with it, guarded now by Durant. And Durant comes to help. Green dishes to Aldridge. Curry kicks to Young. Over Green. Young's shot is off. Spurs shooting in the second quarter has been pretty embarrassing, just 27%. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Nick Young. That is his first foul of the game. Green against Thompson. Green kicks to Aldridge. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Nick Young. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Now, here's Green. Dishes it to Aldridge. 6 to shoot. Double team on Aldridge. It's stolen by Curry.
And you know what? The double team there, that quick hitter threw him for a loop there and forced the turnover.
That one good for 2. And that's 13 points for Kevin Durant.
And as much attention as KD commands, you know he's used to getting buckets with the defense all over him.
Here's Murray, and that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
And now a chance to check out Klay Thompson. Good season for him last year. He put up about 22 points a game last season, 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
I totally agree. He has the IQ and the ability to take it up another level anytime he wants.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Knocks it loose. Pachulia with the steal. Now the Warriors moving it up. Goes up. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
You can see why he loves to play in transition. You give Durant a head of steam, there's no stopping him.
And for the Spurs, they're shooting from the field. 44%, not bad. Murray, the pass to Aldridge. Green with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. The Warriors, number 1.
Do they love to run? I mean, nobody did it better. They would get out in the lanes and push the ball even after makes.
Young dishes to Thompson. Over Green. The shot by Thompson, no good. San Antonio's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Murray kicks to Gasol. The feed to Green. Here's Aldridge. That misses off the backboard.
You know, I like the competitive fire, but he's still really out of sync.
And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Pachulia. Pachulia's got his 3rd assist on the night. Now here's Murray. He's covered closely. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Murray. He feeds it to Aldridge. Trying to get back on track. He can't get that one to fall. Durant with some nice D.
I mean, you can see it. He's way out of sync. It's been this way all quarter for him.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
What's amazing to me about Klay Thompson is his ability to take over a game. He just needs a few shots to drop and look out. The next thing you know, he is in unstoppable rhythm.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for Golden State.
One shot.
Thompson no good on the free throw. And with Klay's shooting ability and size, it allows him to put up huge numbers, Steve, when he's locked in. We've seen it before in the past.
You know, just looking at Klay's resume shows how dominant he can be when he's on fire. 35 points in a quarter, 60 in 3 quarters. One of the scariest players in the league when he's on.
Clock is at 3. Such a wide open look. Gasol's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
I mean, the mid-range jumper, one of Gasol's favorite and most consistent shots. Skying high, one of his advantages as a undersized 4.
Spurs shooting just 29% in the second quarter. The offense is suffering. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Manu Ginobili's checked in for the Spurs. And so it's San Antonio with it. And he's good on the 3-ball. Ginobili's got 5.
And how about that lefty stroke there from Ginobili? It is a thing of beauty. He is dialed in from deep. The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Hard to maintain your discipline, but obviously this was the game plan coming in, and they're carrying it out.
And a look here at the shot chart for the Warriors.
And this is a grown man shot chart right here. Not too much going on outside, but look at how things are for them in the paint. They are attacking the rim and not settling for the jump shot. And right now it's paying off in bunches. If I'm them, then I'd continue to do the same thing going forward until an adjustment is made.
Warriors shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Back to Durant. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. On the wing, Green. Off target from three-point range.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And no hesitation attacking the defense. Body to body, Durant with an impressive finish.
San Antonio's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Count the basket. Durant's got 21 in the game.
And just carrying over from his last game, completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
Gentlemen.
And Steve, Danny Green, an outstanding perimeter defender. He can lock down either wing spot so well.
Even has the quickness to stay with point guards, always in your jersey, and an outstanding shot blocker for a wing.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
You talk about the new term 3-and-D players. Well, Danny Green is the perfect example of that. Over 2/3 of his shots come from long range.
Both free throws good from Green. And Green's shooting has tailed off a bit over the last couple seasons, now entering his 30s. Steve, you think we've seen the best of Danny Green?
Well, you know, he bounced back last season, shot over 38% from the three-point range, but his field goal percentage wasn't much better. As many threes as he shoots, you'll take it.
And so it's Golden State with it. Pachulia kicks to Green. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing. And Draymond Green just does so many things well on the basketball floor. But to me, above all else, he really is an elite defender who allows this team to be creative with their lineups. You can just put him on any player at any position and feel comfortable with his impact.
One shot, mind the lanes.
On the free throw, no good. And with Green, it just seems that as long as he's going to be in the league, he'll be in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. Draymond Greg has been that dominant on that end of the floor.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And one thing's for certain, you don't want to go at him when you need a bucket. Views it as a challenge, almost an insult if a guy wants to attack him. And he just has a knack for making winning plays on the defensive side of the floor. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Pachulia, and Pachulia with the dunk.
Oh, quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
And so it's Golden State with it, following the bucket by the Spurs.
And on some plays, everything goes your way except for the finish.
And Anderson has it in the corner. They double him with Green. It's stolen by Green. They're running on up the court. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Thompson's got his second basket of the night. Now here's Murray, guarded by Kerr. Lob pass to Gasol. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And with a moment, let's check out the stats for Ginobili. Last season's performance for him, he was around 7 points per, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles. carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team. Well, just think what's happening here. He hasn't found his groove, yet they still hold the lead.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. You know, these are the guys you need to be aware of if you don't want your pocket picked. Here are last season's steals leaders. Number 1, Draymond Green.
There were so many nights when he controlled the game through his defense. Not a surprise to see him ranked at the top.
Now here's Murray. 6 points for him. It's stolen by Curry. Outside Durant. From 13. Second chance shot. Pachulia, no luck. And for the Spurs, they're shooting 43% from the floor. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Steph Curry. Last season, he played outstanding. 6th in free throw percentage, 7th in steals, and of course, he was among the best in the league when it came to putting the ball in the basket. Top 10 in scoring.
And again, you gotta love his commitment to excellence. He owns the free throw line. It's truly an impact part of his game. Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Gay comes in for Danny Green. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Offensive rebound, and the shot goes in. 16 points for Steph Curry.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Mills passes to Laverne. Here's the screen. Back to Ginobili. A 3-ball. Warriors with the rebound. Curry's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Oh!
Thompson is lightning quick in the open floor. Terrific at running the court from end to end.
40 seconds left in the first half. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And here's Mills from the arc. And it's Iguodala with the rebound. Iguodala's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Durant. Laverne grabs the miss. The Spurs shooting in the second quarter has been pretty embarrassing, just 27%. Knocked away. It's stolen by Curry. Baseline jumper. Here's Green. A stupendous finish in traffic. Green's got 20.
I like seeing the determination from Green on the boards, just relentless.
Will it go? No good at the rim. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Golden State Warriors. Scoring, rebounding, he was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Draymond, of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. You know, most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. You know, I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 21 points, 4 steals, and 2 assists. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Incredible first half by Kevin Durant. His combination of length and skill set is a nightmare to defend. He can pile up massive points within the flow of the offense, which is really impressive. And he's not out there barking at people. He's just letting his production do the talking.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys dribble between their legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
A grand view of the well-attended Alamo on a beautiful night as we welcome you back to San Antonio. It is definitely worth the visit. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but you know, anything can happen. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
What I love watching is they are working for high percentage looks and cashing in when they get them.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but you know, anything can happen. Spurs shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. The Spurs offense for a long time built around the penetration of Tony Parker, drive and kick.
Well, that's the one thing you love about Pop and the Spurs organization. They understand their style and their system. As he's gotten older, they've gone back to the block, posting up Aldridge and Kawhi. Leonard also fills that ball handler role in attacking and pick and rolls.
Murray and Green team up to make the backcourt. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. That's the San Antonio 5. Here is Anderson, following the basket by Draymond Green. Here's Aldridge, and he gets it to go. Aldridge has got 6.
With the amount of moves Aldridge has inside as a defender, you never know what to take away. His teammates recognize that he has the hot hand going. That's why they get him the ball every chance they get.
For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. They get a hand on it. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. It's stolen by Green, and here's the fast break. Durant leading the way, and then Durant with the dunk.
Everyone knows how amazing Green is on defense because of his long reach. Nice job there starting the transition play.
And Durant comes to help. Back to Green. Kicks to Gasol. And there's the call on Durant, and that'll be his 3rd foul so far. .90 seconds now into the second half. The pass to Anderson. They get it again. The putback just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty.
Goodness.
Terrific. Wow. One more for the highlight reel. KD with the skyscraper.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. Now here's Anderson. And Durant comes to help. Pass to Green. 5 to shoot. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Back to Aldridge. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Aldridge.
And looking at this shot chart, you can't help but feel that this entire team has played passively on offense. There has been little to nothing going on at the rim or in the paint for that matter. And when you don't attack the defense and put pressure on them down low, you are making life far too easy on them.
Warriors have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. No good from Durant.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
The shot's good.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Murray. He has 6. Aldridge kicks to Gasol. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Gasol's got 4 this quarter.
Making a dent in this deficit. He's been on point tonight.
It's Durant on the wing, defended by Anderson. And the wing jumper offline. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. There's the triple. Drains it from beyond the arc. Anderson's got his second basket of the night.
Bad communication defensively. This is the last guy you want to leave open from there.
Now here's Murray. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant.
And checking out the stats for Pau Gasol. A very nice season for him last year. He averaged about 12 points per game last year, 8 rebounds and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
Steve, more and more we see guards turn to the Euro step to get around defenders en route to the rim. It's a slight move, but it's so effective. Which players do you think execute that move the best?
I think Manu, he's one of the guys I play with, even though he's older, still to perfection. Kevin Durant at his size is unbelievable. DeMar DeRozan, James Harden. And then I don't know if a Euro step you can call it for Russell Westbrook. He just changes direction. It looks like a sped up Euro step in Russell Westbrook's situation. Those are some of the guys that stand out.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Boy, he has a gift. KD can score on anybody.
Thompson against Green. Anderson the screen. Green draws the double. Knocked loose. Leaps for it. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Durant. Coming off a terrific season. 9th in blocks. 13th in scoring, and a great touch around the rim. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
Great anticipation and timing. That's how he ended up a top 10 shot blocker. And the Spurs making a change here. Bertson is checked in. Then for the Warriors, David West, he's checked in for Pachulia. Patrick McCaw comes in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry.
He loves to fire up his team with the big finish. KD rocking the rim.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Feeds it to Murray. Here's Bertans for 3. Aldridge. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Beyond the arc. Livingston, no luck. The Spurs have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. Murray, no good. The Warriors have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Durant, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
He covers so much ground with every stride. Hard to get into position against KD.
You know, for all the great things that Draymond Green does on the basketball floor, perhaps his greatest asset, Steve, is his ability to be a leader. Other MVPs and All-Stars will defer to him to set up the defense and get going on offense.
You know, Kevin, that's what we do at Michigan State. That's the kind of player and leader that Draymond has been his whole career. Doesn't care about stats, only cares about winning. Willing to step up and take the big shot as well.
And he knocks down the first one. San Antonio making a switch here. Forbes checked in. Young's checked in for the Warriors. Durant hits them both.
When you watch the Warriors play, their offense is a work of art. There's so much player movement and passing, it's impossible to cover. And the shooting they have, it just puts it over the top.
They get it again. Aldridge dishes to Murray. Pass to Green. Here's Bertans, defended by Young. Bertans kicks to Aldridge. The tray. Bertans can't get it to go. And Steve, the common mistake fans have with the Warriors is thinking they only make threes to score. It's a combination of a lot of things, and I think it just overwhelms defenders.
You know, one thing that comes to mind to me is they pick out the Warriors in mismatches or lose a defender on great screens. They're amazing at that. They force defenders to make a ton of split-second decisions. One mistake, and it's easy for them to score.
And there's the call on Durant. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Rudy Gay's checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for Murray. Andre Iguodala, he's checked in for the Warriors. Now here's Mills. Not a lot of room. He was all alone on that one. Berton's got 11 points.
Yeah, that's a great shot. 3rd three of the game for him, first in this half.
Here's Iguodala. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Here's Mills. 5 points in the game. And Iguodala comes to help. Bertans kicks to Aldridge. And that's going to be a travel.
This game is going to get even more out of hand unless they start valuing the basketball.
The Warriors have gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. Here's West. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. That's 12 points for David West.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
West with the steal. And now West running the floor all by himself.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
San Antonio's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. A nice shot by Aldridge.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Now the dish to West. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
I like that they're trying to maximize the value of each possession, and you know their coach likes it.
And the Warriors with possession here. Here's Iguodala. Can't hit that one. Some solid defense from Gay. Passes it to Bertans. A 3-ball. No good on that one.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Iguodala gets the bucket.
He's been so consistent scoring the basketball. It has helped him tack on to this lead.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Yeah, I guess when you're up this big, you can afford to get a little sloppy.
Laverne, he's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And here's Mills. He's got 5. Down low. Here's Bertans. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Bertans got 13 points.
Known as more of a shooter than a playmaker, Mills has improved at running the offense.
And San Antonio shooting 44% on their field goal attempts in quarter 3.
Not a big threat from out there. You see why the defense backed off a little.
Smitty, you call college basketball games as well. We know you had a terrific career in East Lansing with Michigan State. We're starting to hear from some players, Ben Simmons for one, critiquing the college basketball system for the financial setup and the stringent eligibility rules. Do you give any credence to these complaints? Is the kid right? What changes you think might be made? It's a loaded question with a lot of answer, I'm sure, to it. But it's certainly on the tip of a lot of people's tongue right now.
And I think it should be. You've had some coaches coming out and saying there's some kind of way to be able to change this system and be able to benefit some of these players. I look at it some way, Kevin, where there's some kind of way you have an insurance policy for these guys or some kind of way that they'll be able to finish their degree, even go on to finish their master's degree as long as they want from any college, not just the college they came from. But I also think some kind of way there should be some kind of financial stipend for these guys.
And so he hits both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
He kicks it to Gay. Gay is doubled. And there's the pass to Bertans. Right wing. Just 5 on the clock. Off target from outside.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the...
Yes. And just a spectacular play from Iggy there, seeing a path to the basket and just taking off towards the rim.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Warriors shooting a scorching 68% in the game. San Antonio with the rebound. Berton's got his 5th rebound in this one. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here's Iguodala. Bertans grabs the board. Bertans got 6 rebounds in the game. And Mills kicks to Bertans. He dishes it to Gay. Mills with it. 5 points in the game. Back to Gay. From deep. Here's Laverne. And he banks in the layup.
I love the effort there. Refuses to give up on that play.
The Warriors shooting almost 60% from the field here in the third. They are really feeling it.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Mills with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Laverne passes to Gay. And then Gay with the dunk.
And despite some recent injuries, Rudy Gay showing a great burst on that drive.
Here's Young. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. Iguodala's got his 5th assist in this one.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Now here's Mills. And Young comes over to help. And Laverne kicks to Gay. Buries the long-range jumper. Gay's got 5 points now in the quarter.
There it is. Just lined it up and knocked it down. His first 3 of the half, 2nd of the game.
West misses.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Gay. That one wide left. Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half.
And looking now at some numbers for Rudy Gay. A very nice season for him last year. Averaged about 18 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Well, and we've seen defenses try to adjust, but he has the intelligence along with the talent, just finds new ways to beat them.
The first one falls. Thompson, he's checked in for McCall. And he makes the first, but misses the second.
In the Spurs last season, how about setting the all-time record for consecutive winning seasons with 20? This is a group that's won 50 or more games in every one of those seasons, except the strike-shortened one in '99.
Lock-up D from Iggy, keeping his hands active there.
The Spurs shooting not great, 40% for the game. And Mills kicks to Anderson. They double-team Ginobili. Poked loose. Young with the steal. Oh, and here comes Young all alone.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Gay in the corner. Over Young. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. West, right side. And he uses the glass on the layup. West has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Phenomenal defense there, but even better offense.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Golden State Warriors. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. And we'll be back with you shortly. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
Nobody holds the ball, not even 1,001. You catch it, it's a shot, it's a drive or pass, whatever you got.
Specific instructions from Greg Popovich. If you don't have a clean look, don't have an open lane, move the ball.
Yeah, and the key is fast decision-making, and that takes great recognition from all 5 guys in terms of communication. That's really what we call chemistry.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Livingston and Thompson are the guards. Nick Young is out there with West, and it's Pachulia in at the 5.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, forcing defenders to come out and guard them, which could open up driving lanes if they want to take advantage of that.
Here's Ginobili after David West's bucket. There's a good screen. A floater. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
What I love is he takes the right angle, affects the shot without fouling.
60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. They double him with West, and White kicks to Laverne. Ginobili gets a wide open look. The Warriors pull it in. Young's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Thompson. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Dishes to Ginobili. And there's the feed to White. Back to Ginobili. Puts up a 3. That doesn't go either by Ginobili.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. The Warriors making a switch here. Caspi's checked in. Spurs have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. And White kicks to Anderson. Ginobili outside. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Warriors have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. The Warriors have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the 4th quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. And it's good for 2.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Ginobili after David West's bucket. Anderson can't get it to go.
I appreciate the attack mindset, but with the defense tracking him down, it was probably better to kick that one out.
Ginobili outside. To the middle. Here's Laverne. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili.
I like to see that. Taking it up strong in traffic.
Here's Caspi. That's short off the rim. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the 4th quarter for them. There's Ginobili. The Spurs with a new 24.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. They double-team Ginobili. To the inside, Pachulia with the steal, and it's Laverne missing. Now here's Livingston, White covering, and he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Well, you watch the all-around game of Sean Livingston, and there's a lot to like. Very soft on his turnaround and pull-up shots. Great vision, solid defender. He pretty much does everything well.
LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Kyle Anderson.
1 shot.
And with Livingston, you have to remember that his career was nearly ended by a devastating knee injury. Many players wouldn't have attempted to come back from an injury like that, but Steve, he has, and he has found success.
Kevin, it's hard not to cheer for a guy like Sean Livingston, who has gone through so much. You wonder how great he could have been if the injury never happened. I see him, he could have been playing or would have been an all-star in this game.
The Spurs shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. Paul kicks to White. No good from outside. Warriors have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. It's rebounded by Aldridge. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
And Smitty, this year the NBA choosing to start the season a bit earlier to cut down on the back-to-back games during the year. Do you think the NBA should spread the schedule out even more? Are you happy the way they have at least gone about this season?
I think the NBA, Adam Silver and those guys have done a fantastic job. I love how they give the guys basically a week after All-Star game. They're starting a little bit early to cut down the back-to-backs. Either way, if you can find ways to help the recovery time is great. But I think right now the league and the games and the scheduling, they're in good hands right now.
That free throw missing.
You know, last season, Steve Kerr once again having to miss time due to complications from his back surgery. Missed the majority of the team's postseason. But he got through the regular season fine, but it's something that has troubled him off and on.
Good on the second free throw. And having worked with Steve Kerr here at 2K and other capacities, usually we get to rib him a lot and make jokes whenever we see him coaching. But you know, Steve, I speak for everyone in the 2K family when we wish Steve all the best and hope he can overcome these health issues.
I totally echo that, Kevin. Steve Kerr is just an NBA lifer. But more than that, he's a fantastic coach and even a better person. We hope to see him on the sidelines for years to come.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
West with the steal. And for the Warriors, they're shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field.
Well, what did Coach tell us? He wanted each guy to contest shots and rebound tonight. That's exactly what we just saw.
Tries to keep it alive. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Tough to recover when you continue to turn the basketball over at this rate.
The Spurs making a switch here. Forbes checked in. And Golden State also making a change. McCaw's checked in. And the new CBA hammered out Smitty last season between the league and the players. It really seemed to get done. Adam Silver, a terrific job. Chris Paul leading the players' side. They got together early and seemed to be much more cordial in their negotiations. I think that's a wonderful sign.
I think the game is in good hands right now, and I was happy from, like you said, from the league side and the players' union side. You said it best, Kevin. They got together early, and that's why I think it was seamless. And the game right now is going so well, and they didn't mess it up, and I'm happy about it.
And you know what? I'll even go on. I'll take it one step further. I don't know if there's a professional league in the world right now that is in better shape in almost every aspect than the NBA. What do you think?
I totally agree, Kevin. Right now, we have a magical time right now in the NBA. Things are running well on the court and off the court.
San Antonio's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. 13 feet away. Paul with the bucket. Paul's got 5 points now this quarter.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
You know, going up against size, you know you have to get separation. Nice move from mid-range.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. Here is Forbes following the score by Golden State. The kick out to Aldridge. It's stolen. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
Oh, terrific pick. Then kicks it right ahead, turning defense into offense.
And on the other side, that's an annoying miscue. Total lack of focus.
And Pachulia over to help. Here's White. The three-pointer, no good. White's gone 1 of 4 so far. Knocks it loose. Now Paul. Steve, we're hearing more and more about video game competitions, the rise of esports. It's big business. Have you been following any of that?
Yes, I have. Rick, Fox, Jack, those guys with E-League here at Turner Sports. I get a chance to watch it, bring my kids here and watch of it. I'm amazed. It's growing and growing and growing. And I love the competition of Rick Fox, Echo Fox versus Shaq's team.
Outside, White. Out to the right wing. Paul dishes to Aldridge. He feeds it to Forbes. Clock at 6. Paul is doubled. Kicks to Forbes. The three. They get the rebound.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points are starting to add up for them, and they can use every one of them.
Sean Livingston's court vision is amazing. Being able to hit the open guy right on stride.
The Spurs shooting under 40% all in all for the game. And White kicks to Paul. Pachulia with the steal, all alone. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Shots good by Laverne.
I love how he's been more patient in this second half, shooting only the shots he feels he can make.
West misses.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
Here's White. Sinks the three-pointer. White's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And you can see where they're attacking here in the fourth, strictly from the perimeter.
You know, plenty of teams, they try this strategy. Works when you're hot, but works against you when you're not.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. So it's San Antonio now, following the score by Golden State. That's tipped. 5 on the clock. Here's Aldridge, and off the front iron, and in it goes.
In the zone, boy, Aldridge making it look easy.
And the stuff by West.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Love the unselfishness.
White the pass to Aldridge. Aldridge a screen. Over in the corner, Paul. One-on-one here. Here's McCaw. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And a late reaction by the defense makes that one a no contest.
You know, he got out before people could turn their heads, and he's already gone with no hesitation.
And the Warriors dominant last season again, not only because, Greg, of their offense, but because of their defense. One of the best in the NBA, and they're just so active on that end of the floor.
No doubt about it. And you know what? Credit their personnel, because it allows them so much more flexibility defensively. And even when they go small, they have excellent rim protection. They're a physical bunch. I just don't think they get enough credit for their rebounding, one of the better teams in our league.
That free throw, good from Laverne. You know, Smitty, as the game grows internationally, we've seen a contrast drawn between the academies, for instance, in Europe and Australia, and the youth basketball organizations in this country. Do you think we're doing it the right way? Should there be change, more policing of just how things are run at a very young level?
I think more policing, Kevin. I think also coaches being better equipped to be able to be around young kids. I think also how many games these kids are playing. I think obviously you want them to have games, but when they're playing 5, 6, 7 games in a weekend, I just think that's too much. This is what your spacing is designed to do, find cracks in the defense.
Here's Bertans for 3, connects from three-point range.
I can't understand in the midst of a game you leave an elite shooter this wide open.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Here is Forbes. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's the break.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Warriors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Kevin Durant.
What I like that he came ready to compete in this game, but he did it under control. Tremendous poise, never seemed to be in a hurry, just played the game the right way.
And just putting the finishing touches on this one, they have been on fire.
I mean, a fantastic run. The guys are really clicking, and the scoreboard reflects that.
And so it's Golden State with it. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. No good. So Golden State will take it the other way. Here's Livingston. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Livingston is a very reliable free throw shooter, coming in with a career average of almost 80%.
Sean Livingston taking 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're ahead. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know, I'm not sure why you call a timeout this late. I mean, the game is more or less over.
I'm not questioning that either, but he clearly hasn't given up on this one quite yet.
This is that one time I'm scared of masses. If you need me up there, you're gonna drop like ashes. You can beat me, you standing in front of catches. Living like power. Living like
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Livingston hits both of them. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Over to the left wing. Here's McCaw. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston.
And in as hostile an environment as you're going to see, they found ways to step up time and time again.
You know, playing away from home, it's easy to get out of sync. Instead, they focused and dominated.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Steph, everyone knows you do a lot of different things for this team, but what would you say your primary focus is?
Trying to just take responsibility of my defensive duties. She's the point guard, force them in a different situation, difficult shots. Being our first, line of defense as they're bringing the ball up, putting pressure on them, and try to take them out their offense. That's a lot of great point guards in this league, so I got to be able to do that all year and try to get a good start to that this season.
That's what franchise players do, play at both ends. Thank you, Steph. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.